Look, when I first went natural, I knew nothing about natural hair. Literally, I had just gotten my hair relaxed, and my beautician had just layered my hair, and I don't know, I was like laying on the couch and I started researching natural hair. Now, while I was researching, I learned a lot of things because I went on a crazy deep dive like I was in a conspiracy theory. But there was one thing that I learned about that I think has helped me in my natural hair journey, and that was I learned my porosity. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Thoughts With Dee. I'm your girl Dee, and today we're talking about understanding your porosity. Now, truth be told, like I just said, I knew nothing about natural hair. This is what I thought. I'm like, once I get pregnant, because of course I know, well, I don't know if you know, but I know that whatever you absorb, skin-wise, food-wise, your baby absorbs it. And I was like, I don't want my baby absorbing toxic chemicals from my relaxer. So I was going to go natural then because, of course, I was going to be pregnant. I was going to be very, very healthy, do all the things, and make sure that my baby was going to be straight. And I got my relaxer, started researching natural hair. It took me about two and a half months to do all of my due diligence of research because, like, be honest with you, I didn't know any products. Y'all know I know what Luster's pink lotion, Blue Magic, and that was about it. That's all I knew of products that we use on our hair and some oil sheets. I had no idea there was a whole industry out there for natural hair, for black natural hair. Let me say it like that. And I started learning about products. I started learning about this, that, and the third. By the time I've done all this research, my hair has grown out like probably 2-3 inches. And I just decided, I said, okay, I'm not going to go back to the beautician. I'm not going to do a relaxer. I want to grow out my hair. I'm going to go natural. And I saw so many beautiful, beautiful black women and their beautiful black hair. And I was like, I want a part of this. Mind you, I started, like I said, I transitioned. I didn't really do a big chop. I transitioned out of my relaxed hair. And I think when I was like 6 inches away from my hair being fully natural, I drove 3 hours and had my cousin cut it because my cousin's a beautician. Now I'm going to church. I got twist outs, and you can see that line of demarcation. I mean, it was, baby, when I say the relaxed hair was bone straight and my natural was just as curly as this, it was wild. But I'm glad that I took the time to do the research, because what I did not do was, well, I did, but I did. I bought a whole bunch of products, but it's just because I was like, I've never seen these natural hair products. I have to have them. I have to try them. And they work vastly different on the natural hair versus the relaxed hair. But I just bought the products because I'm like, I've never seen black owned products. You know, I'm like, these black owned. I'm like, I'm doing all the things with these. And truthfully, I just bought them because I wanted to try them out. But like I said, they work differently on the natural hair versus the relaxed hair. But when I was doing my process, I learned about the hair types and hair porosities. Now, if you don't know, your hair type is the way that your hair curls out of your head. If you're wavy, which will be like the 2s, you're curly, which is the C's, and if you're more coily, like you're 4, you have 3A, 3B, 3C, 4A, 4B, 4C. You have the 2s, but most of the time that's for those who may be of the mixed, mixed people, so to say. And some of them have curly hair. When I first went natural, my hair was 3C because I was extremely curly, and I wasn't, it was just, the curls was there. And I could see that, of course, coming out of my head. But the one thing that my hair has always been is high porosity. If you don't know, my hair's name is Roxy. Roxy is put up right now. She's in a protective style because I have been busy for a while and I need to put her up. But Here is a picture of what waxy looks like on any given day. But one thing that my hair has always been, I have high porosity. And a lot of times we're talking about porosity and most people have no idea what it means, no idea what it is. And there are 3 different types of porosities, and we're going to talk about that so that you can help yourself understand your hair, and it also helps you with products that you buy. So if you don't know, porosity is the way your hair absorbs and retains moisture, especially when it's wet. Now, mind you, I got my little research here, so don't be looking at me crazy as I'm reading this. And porosity is broken down into 3 different categories. You have low porosity, normal porosity, and high porosity. That's what me and Roxy live in. But low porosity, this is their definition of what they're saying. The cuticles of the hair strands are tightly bound, so when it's magnified, the scales of your hair overlap and they lie flat, and this is resistant to water penetration and is left dry no matter what you try to do. Is hard, okay? And normal porosity, the cuticles are not as tight. They allow for great moisture balance. Hair with normal porosity is low maintenance, shiny, and healthy, and hairstyles last longer and require less maintenance. Lucky all of y'all who are here. For us high porosity girlies and boys, okay? All right. The hair cuticles are spread wide, sometimes gaping with holes. It allows too much moisture to penetrate it and releases moisture just as fast. And hair is usually very frizzy and very tangled. Now, mind you, as quiet as it's kept, Roxy be tangled a lot. And even though it says that low porosity requires a lot of maintenance, it's just like high porosity does, okay? And a lot of times for our porosity, there's a test that a lot of people do, and they tell you, get your strand of hair that does not have any chemicals or any products or anything on it. Get your glass of water. If your hair floats at the top of the water, it's basically, I'm sorry, friend, you got low porosity. If your hair floats in the middle, you have normal porosity. And if that thing is going all the way down to the bottom, I'm sorry, my friend, you are like me, you have high porosity. Now, little nugget, little caveats, if you will. If you do color treatments and a lot of things on your hair can switch to being high porosity, but you can reverse the damage sometimes. A lot of people do apple cider vinegar treatments, things like that. I was born with high porosity hair. If you are born with hair like that, it's not reversible. No matter what you do, unless the Lord himself comes down and says, boom, normal porosity, it's not going to work. But it's helpful to know your porosity, because then you can determine how you need to do your hair, style your hair, what products you even need to use on your hair. Because I have seen quite a few products for low porosity hair. High porosity, they don't even be caring about us at all. Low gets all of it. High porosity is that bald-headed stepchild that you don't like. That's how I feel about our hair in the hair industry. And if I'm wrong, somebody drop a comment and tell me what products you use for high porosity hair, because I ain't seen not a one on the shelf. I see them say for all textures, but I don't see them say for all hair porosities. I don't. Now, I was on Pinterest and I found this little thing that I think is very helpful if you have, the different types of porosities and what you can use on your hair. So, just because I have high porosity does not mean I'm leaving out the low porosity girlies, but high porosity is just going to get its, For low porosity, you can use glycerin, jojoba oil, avocado oil, clarifying shampoos help, steaming, deep conditioning, and it suggests that you apply your products in the LCO method, which is the liquid / leave-in, cream, and then oil. And for normal porosity, protein-rich products, avocado oil, still clarifying shampoo, water as one of the first 3 ingredients, co-washes, and you apply products by the LOC method, which is the leave-in, oil, and then the cream. And for us high porosity girlies, let me tell you, it says jojoba oil, which Roxy does love, citric acid, protein treatments. Baby, let me tell you, I do them every 2 weeks, which is every time I wash my hair. Shea butter, castor. If you don't know what castor oil is, baby, your hair is going to love it. Leave-in conditioners and apply products with the LOC method. Leave-in oil cream, which I learned probably 2 to 3 years in for my hair, because I was doing the leave-in cream and like trying to seal it with the oil. No, you need to, for high porosity girls, when you put your leave-in conditioner in, and I'm excessive with mine so that my moisture stays longer, I excessively put my leave-in in. Then I put the oil on top of it to seal in that moisture so that my hair is staying moisturized longer. And then I use my creams and some other moisturizing products to style and do my hair. When I tell you, when you find out which method works for you, it's an absolute game changer. Now, I will say this. I use jojoba oil a lot on my hair because my hair loves it. And one other oil that my hair absolutely loves is almond oil. Yes, I use the Mayo Organics almond oil. I use jojoba. I've even used grapeseed. It's okay. It doesn't do too much. It just seals very well. But castor oil is number one. Chef's kiss. And then I also use the Camille Rose Cocoa Nibs hair oil. My hair loves it. It really is a great growth oil. But those on Roxy, she loves it. It helps her thrive. It helps her do what she has to do. Because as a high porosity girl, when I say protein treatments, a lot of people, let me just say this. A lot of people do what they do for their hair, but this is what I do. When I do my hair, depending on what I'm doing, my normal every 2-week routine is I'm going to pre-shampoo, let that sit in for a while so it starts getting the moisture in my hair. Then I'm going to shampoo my hair. I'm not just washing out the pre-shampoo and like, oh, my hair is washed. No, I'm going to wash it with a shampoo. I'm going to condition it, leave the conditioner in for maybe 5-10 minutes. If I'm in the shower or if I'm washing my hair in the sink, I wash out the sink. Thank you, people. We're not doing no hair on no food. Once I condition my hair, I then will either do a hot oil treatment and deep conditioner, or I just simply do a deep conditioner. Every time I wash my hair, I am deep conditioning my hair. I use different deep conditioners depending on the needs of Roxy, depending on what she needs. If she really needs her protein treatment, which I do, most of my deep conditioners have protein in them, so that I'm always giving myself a protein treatment. Those protein treatments help my hair stay moisturized longer. And then let's just say I am doing a long wash day. First and foremost, pre-shampoo. Yes. I'm going to rinse that out. Then I'm going to do a clarifying shampoo, because sometimes I need to strip products that have been just lingering in my hair and my shampoo's not doing it. I use the Suave clarifying shampoo. It's like it's less than $5 actually. And I use that. I clarify. Then I go in with a moisturizing shampoo. Then I condition and do all the other following steps that I'm going to do. Especially when I put my hair up in my protective styles, I definitely do a deep cleanse on my hair. And because I'm not putting anything on it once I get my hair braided or anything like that, it's just, when I say no oil, no nothing, and also I'm going to say this weird little thing. My hair does not break off because it does not have oil on it. It is up in its protective style. I can feel, like you can feel when your hair starts to grow because the braids get real loose, and then you just start pulling up everything and you start seeing it. But I say, do what works best for your hair. Tabitha Brown has Donna. I have Roxy. And she inspired me to actually name my hair. And since I've named my hair, we have a better relationship. Because sometimes Roxy be wanting to do what Roxy would want to do. But she got Roxy because she's a little feisty. I feel like my hair would be like from New York or something like that. Because she going to tell me what she wants to do or what she don't want to do. But that's, that's my thing. Okay, that's mine. You name your hair whatever you're gonna name your hair. Actually, if your hair has a name, drop it in the comments so we can know, because I would love to, build this natural hair community where we all have names for our hair and we're sharing tips and tricks on how to make it through, especially if you're a high porosity girly. Low porosity girls, hey, y'all T2, but we be struggling out here as, high porosity girls. So I just want to know. But I will say this, learning your porosity is one of the best things that you will ever do for your hair care routine. It's also going to help your budget. Now, if you have any tips or tricks as a high porosity girl, or even for all the other porosities, please drop them in the comments. Share, help someone out. If you're just starting out on your natural journey, I hope this helped you in so many ways. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned for my next natural hair care video on affordable hair care under $15, because it's okay to have a cute natural hairstyle and not break the bank. Okay, and it does not take expensive luxury brand products to do that. So I'll catch you guys next time here at Thoughts with Dee. Peace.